Welcome to another episode of the Next Chapter podcast. My name is Eden, and I will be your host for today. And today we have a very special guest with us. Bringing a splash of creativity to the show, we have Zaki. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, from intricate costumes to captivating performances, Zaki has turned a passion for pop culture into an art form, right? And whether you're a seasoned cosplayer or just curious about what it's all about, you're in for a treat. So, once again, welcome to the episode. We're so
Thank you.
happy to have you here. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so hi everyone. Zach. My name is Donald, but my stage name is Zach. We also go by the name Abyssal Scar Cosplay. That is when I invite groups or duos to cosplay together when we have a bigger group in a stage. So I have been cosplaying for the past 8 years. And first, it started as a joke that you should start wearing some costume. There's an event going on. But now that has turned into a whole new big thing, which has opened doors, not just for me, but for the youths of Meghalaya in a simple word. Yeah.
That's so cool. Wow. And do you remember the first character you cosplayed?
Well, it was a closet cosplay. It was from Full Metal Alchemist. It
Okay.
was nobody have seen that cosplay because I did that in my own room, and then
Yeah.
I felt comfortable. And then the public first cosplay would be Nagisa from Assassination Classroom, and that time I had no idea we could actually buy wigs. So dumb me, I colored my own hair. Yeah,
Oh, wow. That must have been an experience, right?
yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, can you walk us through the process of creating a cosplay costume?
Okay. So when you talk about cosplay, the name itself is a shorter form of costume play. So
Yeah.
if you focus on the costume part, it's a tedious process. But if you just want to have fun, then you can always check your closet, what's there, and you can like DIY stuff, which that is how anyone started cosplaying.
Yeah.
And then if you start being an intermediate and then try to be a bit more professional, then I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So I started investing more on gear and equipment to make those stuff because as I went on with my journey, I realized that, oh, wow, this is not just an event where it's like a fancy dress, but more of a competition where you compete with various professional artists out there. So if you're making a costume, then fabric materials are very important. And since we stay in Northeast, we don't get the exact materials or the equipments that we require, so we have to import it from maybe the nearest hub is Kolkata. So, for example, the sword I brought you today the cover is made with EVA foams.
Okay.
So you can check it out. It's a soft material,
wow.
and the base of the sword is made with wood. If you want to take it out.
So you can actually take this out. Okay.
Yeah. So we make sure that even the wood is covered with EVA foam, just in case we perform, we don't injure anybody.
Yeah. Safety
Because
first.
there have been instances where we have
Injured someone?
Yeah, we have like lots of bruises and stuff like that when we do stunts and all. So basically, now we know that there are many Instagram shops that sell wigs, contact lenses, and even costumes for a fact. So it's a bit easier now for anyone to start cosplaying. So I always tell people, hey, if you want to start, you got to start somewhere. So it's very fun and encouraging at the same time.
So you made this one, right?
Yeah, so I made the blueprint first in a newspaper because there are different types of sword. Katana is one of the easiest.
Yeah.
So I took my dad's machinery first. He have a woodcutter and all. So after that, the EVA foams have been laid down. So there are different thickness to it.
Okay.
So this one is 2 mm and the sheet is made from 5 mm sheets. It's I can get a bit technical, but as a beginner, you don't need to know much. You just do it for the fun of it. Yeah.
I'm looking at this, and A lot of craftsmanship has gone into this. You can
Right.
tell. And wow, you've actually used this for like performances and stuff?
Yeah, I have, and we have broken a lot of swords. This must be like the 10th one, maybe. Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. So, like, cosplaying is, often it involves a lot of creativity and a lot of skill, right? So, like, what are some of the challenges you face while cosplaying?
The main thing I would say is funding.
Funding.
Yeah. Cosplay is one of the most costliest hobbies in the world. I can say that because uh, when we complete our costumes, especially when you make it yourself, you have to account for the time you spend on it
Yeah.
and the things you buy, like paints, the foams, the fabrics. There's so many layers and layers to it, and uh, that's why I always say to the new cosplayers, like kids nowadays are even like watching anime and not even the regular cartoon shows anymore. Like if you talk about Demon Slayer, they know every character more than us,
True.
kids and teenagers. So I get DMs a lot saying, "Brother, how should I make this? Like, where did you buy this?" So I give them small tips.
Yeah.
So if you don't have wood, you can use PVC pipes. If you don't have PVC pipes, you have cardboards. Like, it's endless possibilities. It's just your way of using your creativity and put it on your talent. So when they say, "Oh, you're so talented," I say, "No, I'm not talented. It's just like years of work. It's just talent is one thing, but if you do it continuously every day, then you can be where anybody is." Yeah.
Yeah. So it's talent plus effort.
Yeah, effort. Effort counts.
Effort. Yeah. So, what's been your favorite cosplay project so far?
My favorite cosplay project would be Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. So me and my friend made the Sakai clan armor, which is white samurai armor, which you can check out in my Instagram later if you have.
Okay.
So it took us, I think, a month. And the costume required more than 2000 scales. Like you see these dragon scales, like, so those are all individually cut out and then pasted it all together. So it's a lot, it took a lot of time to do that, and I think that is the most time I spent on in the costumes that I've made.
2000 scales.
More than.
More than 2000 scales. Wow. Did you get any sleep? I don't think you slept.
No, we don't sleep.
We don't sleep.
Sleep is what is sleep?
What is sleep? Yeah. So, how do you balance your time as a cosplayer? I know that you're busy, you have events, but how do you balance your time? Whether it's like personal life or maybe even other things, outside cosplaying. How do you balance that?
So first of all, people think I'm very extroverted. I hang around a lot, but I'm not. I'm very introvert. I can stay in my room for the whole day and I can just go out just to go to the washroom or eat. So I have lots of time on my hands to make costumes.
Okay.
And the thing about costume making is that since it already takes a lot of your time, so I try to balance it with my professional work as well.
Yeah.
Because as a profession, I'm a video editor and an art director. So the art direction part also kind of it's kind of similar to what my hobby is, making props, designing sets and all.
Yeah.
So I try to do my costume making part in the daytime because there's less noise. And the office work which I need to do, I do it at night.
Okay.
Unlike other people who sleep at night, I like to work at night because it's a bit more silent. So it's like you need to know where your balance is. So even for the kids or the teenagers who are still in college, like, don't sacrifice your studies for cosplay. It can always come second.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
I think that kids these days, they need to hear it from someone like you who's an accomplished cosplayer to know that, okay, there can be a balance,
Yeah.
And when it comes to cosplay, it's like, it's not just about the costume, it's also about the performance. So, how do you prepare yourself to embody a character fully, before a performance?
Right. So it's actually a very good question because some don't know how to act, so, which I wasn't good at before. But I watched a lot of movies, series, and theater plays mainly.
Theater plays.
Yeah, theater plays a very important role because it is like watching a movie but live humans.
Yeah.
So you can actually see their expressions when they are sad, when they are happy, their body language. Even if the person or the character that you are portraying doesn't speak, how you act on the stage, their body language tells you so much stories behind.
Yeah.
So recently Ghibli released a live theater play of Spirited Away.
Yeah.
So even that is like, if you have watched the movie, watch the live action, you'll know the difference.
Okay.
But at the same time, it enhances your performances. Like if you're going to go for a live competition, competing with others. So because the judges look not only for your costumes, they look how you act. Are you actually embodying that character? For example, if I do Goku from Dragon Ball Z, so once they try to turn into Super Saiyan, how their face reacts and the
Yes.
energy they put into it.
Yes.
So it all accounts into that. So I think cosplay can be put in a subgenre of theater play.
Definitely. I think so. I've not been to a lot of cosplay events, but I've seen the one in Funorama we held.
Right.
Martin Luther held the Funorama, and just the lines, and especially the ones who cosplay as the fighters, how they have to practice the moves and the accuracy that they need is just so commendable. Like, kudos to you guys who have to do that, really. And my brother's interested in cosplaying. He's like recently got interested, right? So what advice do you have for, say, students or youngsters who want to get into cosplaying but don't know where to begin?
Like I said earlier, you have to begin somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't just abruptly like come up, hey, I'm gonna cosplay. But it's actually true. You can. You just do it. It might be the most simple character. For example, I'll give you the most simple character must be Shinchan.
Yeah.
It's just a red T-shirt and a yellow pant, right?
Yeah, yellow
Yeah.
pants.
So just do it. It's that simple, and just draw thick eyebrows. Yeah. So it's that simple, but you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
So if there are no tutors or no expert person who is teaching you, it's fine. There is a lot of information in Google as well. And YouTube, there are a lot of professional cosplayers in YouTube as well. And some of them are my friends only who create costumes, teach others through their classes. And some even provide online classes, if I'm not wrong about these things. But unlike India, others are more developed even in this. Like you can make a full-time earning from just cosplay. I have seen people doing very well just doing cosplay in their life. So I'm like, I might have been born in the wrong country. But yeah, I also wish that the government would be more supportive of pop culture.
Yes.
And anything related to youth affairs, because we have a lot of talent even in Meghalaya, ranging from musicians, artists, and so many other things. So it doesn't end in only government exams.
I agree. I totally agree. And if that's a topic I think that can be an episode all in itself, right? When it comes to supporting the youth and so much talent we've got. So when you cosplay, of course there can be solo acts, but the cosplay community is also very supportive, isn't it?
It's a dual-edged sword.
Okay.
Why I'll tell you this? Because in every entertainment business, there's pros and cons.
Right.
And if you gain 10 fans, you'll always have one hater.
Okay.
If you have 100 fans, you'll have
10 haters.
10 haters. It's just how life is.
Yes.
But that should not demotivate you or stop you from pursuing your passion. Because I have traveled so much that I have seen what people can do and what people have done. So not many people come with the best intentions, but you just go on being the wise, kind person. You just be the good person out there. And if someone is trying to bring you down, it's fine. If you're gonna go on that path, then no one can stop you.
True. Very true. Very wise words. I'm absorbing them and I'm trying to be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna apply them also. So can you share any memorable experiences or connections that you've made through cosplaying, maybe through your many journeys that you've made?
So when I went to Japan, communication problem was everywhere, and some of the representative countries from from the national winners, like such as China, Taiwan, and all, we couldn't communicate.
Okay.
So it was all broken English and sign languages. So sometimes I had to write something down to tell them, or even Google Translate it.
Yeah.
So it was very hard, but I think that helped us bond more, and now we're like friends forever. So we're still in touch even through Facebook Messenger. Some of them don't use WhatsApp, Instagram, because I guess it's not available in their country. But now social media is fast. You can, at the end of the day, even if they don't have social media, you can always email them. So yeah.
Okay. So this is like a cross-border connection that cosplay has helped you achieve, right?
Right.
Wow. And it's amazing to think that what started off as a hobby, you using your dad's tools, has taken you this far and given you this many life experiences. It's really like it opens your mind up to the fact that, okay, it's not just, watching anime, not just a hobby, that it can take you somewhere. There is hope with creativity and effort, right? Okay. So, Zach, looking ahead, are there any dream projects that you have or any characters that you want to cosplay in the future?
So if you talk about dream project, I actually want to host my own event with the help of my colleagues, of course, and with the support of the Meghalaya government as well.
Okay.
Because there have been various events, as you can see, there are lots of festivals in Meghalaya.
Yep.
So if there could be one dedicated event just for pop culture, this doesn't need to stop in cosplay. It can be like a whole pop culture about the Asian community as a whole. Like it can include Japan, China, from the decorations to the artists. We could call Asian artists here as well. And since I went outside, I have a lot of contacts, so it's very easy to contact people, and it's not that hard to get visas anymore like it used to before. So if we could host one event in our state itself, it could be an annual event. If the first one is successful, there would be lots of cosplayers and people who watch anime. And I know not just the youths will come, even the adults will come who have watched so many animes growing up.
Yeah.
We used to share animes through pen drive and all, because some of the animes were not even available in our channels.
So, Zach, can you tell me about the competitions that you've done and like maybe your experiences being in these competitions?
So I have taken part in a lot of competitions. The major one which we won in the national round was World Cosplay Summit 2023. So we represented India in Japan and Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And the second one would be Pop Culture Hiroshima, which was held in Hiroshima itself. And the fun thing about this is even the mayor himself gets involved. So when the competition was going on, the mayor was wearing a costume.
That's so cool.
He came to the venue in the costume, including the governor. So I was like, wow, these people really support us. So the competitions outside are quite competitive, but sometimes we forget that there's even a competition because, firstly, wow, I'm in Japan.
Yeah.
So I forget that sometimes I'm in a competition, so I'm just like roaming around, seeing the streets. I'm taking picture of everything I can find. So my gallery is still full. I need to clear them as well. But coming back to the competitive part, like I showed you the sword and all, even though this might look very intricate to you, this is the most basic sword out there. So when I went out, I was like, people are actually making lifelike swords, which you think it's a real sword, but it's not. It's just a prop. So they're that competitive. So if anyone is gonna cosplay and all, you should watch performances. So what happened is that World Cosplay Summit and other competitions like C2E2, which happens in Chicago, these are like big ones.
Okay.
And crown championships, cosplay crown championships. So they use quite a lot of machinery to work with props and all. So it's not just about fancy dress anymore. It's more of the competitive side. So we use various stuff, like my favorite one is Dremel, which is a rotary tool, which is like an engraving tool.
Okay.
You can engrave on wood, on metal, on anything actually. So, but buy that only when you are professional, not yet.
Okay.
Because it's hard to work with initially, and you don't need it unless you are gonna enter like very huge competitions.
Got it.
Like I brought it just to show you.
Yes, please.
So this is the rotary tool which I usually use, Dremel 3000. So it's a bit heavy also. So you can change these outlets. So depending on what are you working on, like marble, wood, or EVA foam. So mostly we use this for EVA foams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what this reminds me of? This is like those things they use in the nail salon to like shape your nails. It's the exact...
Yeah, you can say that.
It's
so
like
if
that.
you actually... so there are various attachments to this. So if you can buy that attachment, I think you can use it on a nail also.
Ouch.
I'm not kidding. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the prizes and the awards?
So about that... there are various events which don't give prize money.
Okay.
They give hampers and products like these. And some people have recently won this heat gun as well. Like, wait. Yeah, so some people actually give these as gift hampers. These, and I've seen the Australian Championship.
Yeah.
The winner actually gets a huge 3D printer and a sewing machine, so which actually helps them further.
Oh wow.
So it's actually a good gift if you're not giving prize money.
Did you get this as a prize?
No, I bought it.
Okay.
But my point is that not every time you'll get prize money, but your title counts. So you keep that as your CV because, for example, I have like 10 awards right now.
Yeah.
So that's like a CV to me, even though some of them I never got prize money for it. But that adds up to your, I guess you can say, reputation also. So, but what surprised me was the Saudi prize pool was 1 crore. Which is like you can just like if you win, then your life is set. Yeah. But unfortunately we didn't win, but it's fine. It was a very fun experience because connections are important. I made a lot of connections, and I dropped my sword in front of the royal family and 6,000 crowd while I was doing a catwalk.
That was a fun experience, I'm sure. Wow. Okay. So it was a confidence building experience as well. I feel like after dropping your sword in front of the royal family and 6,000 people, nothing should faze you in life.
I think I should upload that. Now that I
Do
think
it.
of it.
Do it.
Yeah.
I think the people will love that. Before we end this episode, any words you want to say to the viewers or the people who support you?
So, firstly, I would just want to thank my parents because firstly they were a bit
Aw.
hesitant on it,
Yeah.
but then they saw the potential, and now they don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I just like ride my scooty and I take 2 swords, they'll be like,
Go.
"He's go again.
That's him.
Just come back
Yeah,
home."
just come.
So I want to thank them first, and I want to thank my close friends and colleagues who have always supported me,
Mm-hmm.
and the friends outside who have given me so many tips
Mm-hmm.
on how to cosplay better,
Mm-hmm.
because there's no end game to it.
Right.
Every day is like you learn something new. It
Mhm.
doesn't just depend on the topic of cosplay, but life in general. You learn something new every day, so there's no stopping you.
Mhm.
So you should keep going ahead. And to the youth that are watching this podcast, I want to encourage you that let it be your dream of cosplaying. Let
Mhm.
it be for fun or competitiveness
Mhm.
or anything that you choose in life. Like,
Mhm.
choose it wisely because you don't want to regret it, because you live only once.
True.
But you can try out a lot of things. Like, just do everything you want,
Mhm.
because nobody is stopping you. You are your own limit. So even if someone says something bad or discourages you, like, don't pay heed to their words, because at the end of the day, you are the one who's gonna climb up the ladder and not them. Or we can just climb up together.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a nice that's a nice thought. So thank you so much once again,
Yeah.
Zaki, for joining us on today's episode. Thank you for sharing your experiences, your props, and your tools.
There's
Also?
more. No, I'm just kidding.
Please, if there's actually more, bring next time. Maybe we can have you like in a full,
Yeah, I was
Costume?
thinking of wearing a costume today,
Yeah.
but I woke up late.
That's okay. It's a
Yeah.
Saturday. I feel you. No problem. Okay. So, for all our listeners, whether you're inspired to start your cosplay journey or you've just gained a new appreciation for the art, I hope that you enjoyed the episode. And until the next time, this has been the Next Chapter podcast, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.